It's Craig. This is our 8th lesson in the beginning uke at the Front Porch Music School. Today we're going to do an old gospel spiritual called Jacob's Ladder. The version we're going to do is based on the Pete Seeger version, which I learned it from, and it has a slight change in the lyrics. And we're also going to do a slight change in the melody to make it easier to sing. And we'll go into all of that, but first I just want to show you the basic chords. We're back in the key of C. We all know the C chord. And a G chord. An F chord. And a C7 chord. C chord, C7. The C7 can also sound like this. I want to show a couple of little variations on chords because it can really enrich your sound to create chord variations. So with the C chord, that's the basic C chord, but you can also get a C chord by bringing in the second finger, the same fret, the 3rd fret, but the next string over the 2nd string. It's kind of a subtle difference, but if you go back and forth between the two of them, it has a nice effect. The F chord also has a variation. There's the F. You can add the finger you use to make your C chord. You can actually do that with your pinky, if you like. Either way, whichever you prefer. And as we play the song, I'll show you ways you can bring in these variation chords. So we're going to map the song like we always do, and then I'll go into some of the more fine details of it. Four phrases of 4 measure each make up the song. The first phrase is all in the key of C. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. Now if you wanted to bring in that variation I was showing you, you could go, we are climbing Jacob's ladder. The first time it was just 1 strum per measure, then I brought it up to 2 strums per measure. The second phrase is in the key of G, starts in the key of the chord G, the G chord. We are climbing, then to an F, Jacob's, back to the C, ladder. I'll play that through again. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. And the third phrase, back to the C chord. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. Now that line in particular, it goes quite high in the vocal range, and I thought, there's probably a better way to sing that for people who don't like to sing so high. So instead of we are, that's the way you sing in the typical melody. You can go with that from that variation. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. We are, switch to the G, the C7, climbing Jacob's ladder. You can sing it either way. Brothers, sisters, all. The last phrase, I'll do it even more simply. Brothers, sisters, all. That is the Pete Seeger variation. The original hymn was Soldiers of the Cross. I prefer the more universal lyric that Pete Seeger gave it, so that's the way I sing it. Brothers, sisters, all. Now that shift to the F chord at the end, that's optional, but it's really rich. But just to show you the simpler way of playing it. Brothers, sisters, all. compared to brothers, sisters, all. Gives it a richer, concluding feeling. Now I'm going to play the song again. We're going to do a strumming pattern, which is kind of a combination of the scratch and the boom chicka chicka. Boom chicka, and this is going to be a boom chicka chicka chicka. 3 chickas. It would go like this. Boom chicka chicka chicka, boom chicka chicka chicka. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and as slow as you want. It's a nice slow song. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. Here comes the G chord. We are climbing F, Jacob's ladder. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. Brothers, sisters, one time through the song. This is what they call a zipper song, where you bring in different verses and you change out the first few lines, in this case for other lines. I'm going to play it one more time through, and I'm going to bring in a couple more of these variations I was showing about the different ways to play some of these chords. Every round goes higher and higher. Every that's several ways to play the song. Of course, I don't expect you to get this all worked out before our lesson, but they'll be there for you to work on in the course of the ensuing week. And please at least get comfortable with the mapping. And if you're good with the mapping, we can go to the more detailed aspects of how to play the song in our lesson. See you soon.